Well, what's going on, Greaves? Or should I say fellow zombies? It's about 3:53, almost 3:54 on a Tuesday. This is the Diary of the Griever named John Weaver, and you're looking at him who's dealing with... Yeah, well, it's getting close to dark anyway, so... Some things I have to do. I'll put to another location. Give me a second here. Yeah, guys, what's going on? Just trying to get my own setup going over here. It's alright. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here we are. The Diary of the Griever named John Weaver strikes again. Trying to respond to some of those things I keep seeing online, and at times I still need to understand why people are. Well, why should I even understand, especially when they're going through it in the first place? Give me a couple of seconds. You're probably going to see these things crawling around, so don't be freaked out. It's still a bug war. Let's get up. Maybe just too light. 18, 19, 20. Okay, 23. Sorry about that. I was just checking the lights out. The lights, I feel at times when it's dark enough, are going to help me out with a little bit of depression, because without them, I am going depressed over this stuff. And the headset I use on a constant basis to do the recordings. How do I reach you guys? How do I want to reach you guys? Every other YouTube creator out there is trying to build up a base, followers, for whatever reason they got. I say on mine that, in some of my videos out there earlier on, that I'm not looking for followers. I'm not looking for any subscribers. I am just out there telling my story because I feel I need to tell my story before it is my time to go. And if I do get followers, or when I do get followers, and fellow grievers out there, maybe they'll understand of the things that we have to put ourselves through in order to deal with our grief. And maybe other people can try understanding that this is not like a situation where you can actually fix through medical or chemical needs. It's a process you have to go through. It's a weird process. I didn't make this stuff up. And I sure didn't understand why the author intended for us to go through this pain and misery, especially when we lose people we love. And in the price of loving people that we care about, that we pour our hearts and souls over, the price of that we're paying in dividends. It's like you're trying to get money out of the stock market without understanding the rules and how to do this. That's why you have stockbrokers. That's why you have intermediary people to help you out with this. But there's nobody to help you out with the damn grieving process except for those who are actually going through the damn thing, and they still don't even understand it half the time. They don't understand the reason why we lost our people in the first place. Because one thing we keep forgetting, life is short. And when we live it, and we're expressing in it, and we're dealing with it in every which way, we have to pay the piper one way or another. We want to dance, we got to pay the damn piper. We're going to live, we're going to be paying the damn piper. Me, at 4 years old, I didn't want to pay the piper. I wanted to stay home, but I didn't get a choice. I got sent down, and had a life. Granted, it wasn't glamorous. Everyone else is trying to make their life as glamorous and as important as possible. I'm trying to survive it and live it right now as it is. But I lived the life with my family members. I lived it with my mother and my brother. And yes, on a lot of my channels, you see this picture all the time. Or most of the time anyway. My mother and my brother on the bottom picture. And it's important to me because it reminds me of a lot of things. A lot of things I remembered going through and carrying and dealing with and going through. It was just going through life. I lived a life. It wasn't perfect. It was just there. It's just there. So I'm not living a glamorous life of cruising on ships and shipping on and sipping champagne. Can't stand the crap in the first place. Sailing I can do. I mean, cruising, yeah. Champagne, forget it. No. Me and alcohol. Mm-mm. My brother and I were recovering. We don't deal with that kind of stuff. But the holiday season, we did. Still do. Try. Anyway. It's hard for me trying to get the holiday spirit going. And there's a lot of people out there who are concerned about it. How I'm doing personally. Personally, I'm still an emotional wreck at this point over here. My sleep deprivation is waning off because of the CPAP I've got. I just still got to pay off of anyway. Even with the insurance, I still owe 20% co-payment on it. Yeah, little things I grumble like this because to me it's life. It's still dealing with survival at this point. What I have to do, the things I need to do to take care of me personally right now as it is. Now, when I was taking care of my mother and then my big brother, I was grappling more and more on audio recordings than I was doing videos concerning about my own damn situation. But after I lost my brother and lost my mind, that's when I began doing the videos. Because I felt like they were going to help me out through this damn stuff. The first few videos I was trying to show how much in pain I was. Now, audio recordings, I actually can do that. But it's embarrassing as hell to put me on a video and cry my eyeballs out. And being open and honest and humiliated and humbled at the same time. Because one has to keep a certain persona or certain facade up because we don't like to show our inner selves that are so open and so vulnerable because we are exploitable and screwed over one way or another, so we have to keep up with the damn strong pretense, all the self-defense. A short time ago, I was going through it again. Innocuous things sometimes will get me triggered left and right, not to mention anything regarding my trigger words in any shape or form, anything relating to it, in any way, shape, or form. Open for interpretation in my brain, and then I'm off. I can see the pictures of my family on a constant basis. So one will probably think that's a constant trigger, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. Sometimes I don't even remember what the hell was going on during the day unless I actually focus my brain on what the hell was going on that day. I never actually had a good, strong enough memory. And some pictures that I hadn't seen for a long while, I do get the memories on some occasions. The one I get from Disneyland was a hell of a lot of fun because I had a couple of things to remind me of where I was at the time, and then I had to sort back to the visual cues and then realize what the hell I was doing during that time. The hardest damn thing is when I'm going through the holiday pictures and see some of the stuff I already got taken of and playing music, and sometimes that'll get me going, other times it just doesn't. But some of the music that I've listened to throughout my entire life is still stuck in my head. And sometimes they do hurt, but other times there were reminders. There were reminders that sometimes, as much hurt and pain I can put myself through and experience left and right, there's still a hell of a lot of love out there. And as I have been told many times concerning about the grieving, it's the untold love, it's the unexposed love that we had for our lost loved ones. And in my situation, I had aunts, I had uncles, I had cousins, I had grandmothers. I had people I hadn't even seen and I grieved for them that are still part of my lineage one way or another. And then finally my big brother, my mother, and my surrogate mother and her family. And it's just dog pile. And when I get triggered on some of these things, it hurts like hell. Some of the people I've lost. So many. And there's no other way to say it. I mean, we could try finding different ways in whatever kind of dictionary or language we're using here. We just can't narrow it down. Because it's personalized. There's a lot of authors who are still writing about this stuff. Most making profits, a few of them trying not to. But they profit one way or another. Profit off of attention. Of getting street cred one way or another. And me, on the other hand, I'm saying it because I'm trying to share experience, strength, and hope, and not needing anything in return, because I need to get this stuff off my chest and recorded, and maybe used for posterity down the road. So maybe somebody can actually understand what a griever has been going through left and right. Why is it so hard we have to go through this? But looking at the other side is you're looking at the grievers themselves and wondering, what do I do with this person here? He's emotionally distraught. I'm the best person here, best friend. I have been this so-called person connected to their life. But they're not grieving for me, they're grieving for the loss. And I don't know how to deal with that because I haven't been through that situation. Or maybe I've been through that situation, but I just don't like talking about it. That's the thing right there. There's the communication gap right there. It's the communication gap that affects a lot of people. Let me turn this damn thing around a bit. Nobody likes talking about this thing, except if you're on chat pages, and you'll find it's easier because you could do a pseudonym, a characterization of yourself, or a caricature, and talk about this. You talk about what's going on inside your brain, inside your heart. What's going on turns you into a damn meatball. As you probably think you probably would be. You're emoting like crazy. You're not being like what everybody else wants you to be. They want you to be in this way. They want you to be that way. They want. And being confused like crazy. I can understand. I can try to understand both sides because I've been on both sides. And there's never an easy answer for this damn thing. Never. The grieving is so personalized, so individual, that either we can deal with it, the pain, or we can't deal with the pain. And me, mentally and physically, had just decided, that's it. That's it. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going to deal with it. I am not going to put myself through this kind of headlock. This is not for somebody else's pleasure. This is something I'm going through right now because I've been playing facade games for so long that whatever kind of structural support I had was whittling down to at least a few toothpicks, trying to keep up a smile or a happy attitude. Even during the season where we're supposed to be feeling the joy of the season like everybody else keeps trying to tell us. I'm not feeling the joy of the season these days. Are you kidding me? I'm not feeling what I should be feeling. I'm not going through what I should be going through. I'm going through a lot of distractions left and right, trying to put myself at ease. including if we're talking about self-destruction of trying to pick at someone else's skin, especially my own, especially when I keep seeing things coming up over here and I don't know what the hell's going on me. I know, the easier thing is to send myself to a damn doctor. Was a doctor going to hurt me? I mean, he's going to help me with my damn situation regarding a grieving heart? Nope. But we got a magic pill, so I'll calm you down a little bit. Yeah, pills, lotions, notions. Pills, lotions, notions. It's the only thing they can do, except talk at you, or talk with you, or just maybe, just I'm talking like this over here. Well, I think you need this little magic pill over here. It might make you feel a little better. Ah, come on, just give her a little bit of a bit. This prescription is over here just for you, just in case. Come on, you gotta take a little pill over here for me. Come on, take a little pill for me. Look, I'm the psychiatrist over here. I've been in so many years of this stuff over here. I think I know it works. God bless it. It's like dealing with a credentialed pill pusher. I'm not a pill pusher. I'm a drug pusher. No, thank you. So one thing, if I'm going to have to take pills for antibiotics or any other kind of medical condition, and let alone get stabbed for something like that, hate needles. Better if I happen to talk to a therapist who actually starts to listen and keeps accurate notes and tries to help me out through maybe a few exercises left and right, but still interested in what's going on, or tries to take an interest anyway. But not somebody who wants to keep pushing pills and everything else down my throat just to deal with my own grieving, because they don't want to deal with it. They're not the ones dealing with it. I'm the one dealing with my own damn shit. I'm the one dealing with my pain and my agony at this point over here. I'm the one who cries sometimes, once in a while, in the middle of the night, and during the daytime is usually when it hits. Well, maybe if I get triggered at night, maybe a dream or something, or an errant thought. A television show, maybe. A picture, a text message, a meme. Something will trigger, and then I'm off to the races, boys and girls. I'm blubbering my head off and pleading to God to forgive me for something I don't even know what the hell I did, except to show my vulnerability, be triggered, and feeling like I am, I'm tearing myself apart over it. I'm tearing myself apart over loss of a lot of family members, but the two major ones, actually the three major ones, are tearing me apart a great deal. If I happen to lose my dog that I have here, I mean, that's going to be number 4, and that scares me the most. I'm well aware of her vulnerabilities and how old she is, and how she's been trying to deal with her life. And this past weekend scared the living crap out of me when she couldn't even leap correctly, hit something hard and wrong, and now she's old and stiff, and she's realizing it harder and harder for her to get around. She knows how I feel sometimes. But she's scaring herself, and she still wants to show what kind of energy level she's still got to play. She wants to play, but she can't run as much, or at all. And that's what kind of depresses her a bit. I have to keep showing her that she's still of value. That I'm not just there for just playing with her around. She's still my dog. She's still part of my family. I still have to care for her in every which way I can. I love her a great deal, and I don't want to lose her. I know she don't want to lose me, and I sure as hell ain't looking for death just yet. I'm not looking forward to turning around and seeing a smiling face right there of somebody else, probably pasty white, and saying, "Oh great, I'm dealing with the ghost of Christmas, whatever the hell you are, and now you're going to escort me up?" No, I have got too much down here. That's it for life? I hadn't done much. No, I'm not going. I ain't going. You can you can threaten me with that damn scythe all you want, but you ain't chopping my head off and going upstairs. And he's counting down. Okay, how's it going to happen? That's all I need is a sadistic angel of death. I can make characterizations and funny faces like that. No, I don't think I've been a good actor. I would have to memorize lines. Could have been a lousy comedian. I had to think of funny things all the damn time. I hadn't. I just tried to keep a razor wood on some occasions and try to use it on some occasions when it was needed. Usually on my big brother. And yes, this should scare me because, as a younger kid, I've been up there and been back again. I don't want to go through this damn process. It scares the hell out of me. I live with a hell of a lot of fear and a lot of agony on this one. An agony in one way that was subtle, sublime, but it was still tearing me apart left and right. I didn't feel like I was actually living life. I allowed fear to allow my life to be controlled that way. I didn't look at it that way. On some occasions, yes, I did. On other occasions, I stayed away from things. Maybe I should have been totally brave, or I probably totally crazy. But and the other thing is concerning about death. I'm not looking for suicide either. To do it, to plan on it, to even conceive the damn thing. But I'll talk about the damn thing anyway. A lot of people are going through a lot of things in their life that they think the ultimate runaway is death. It ain't. They're screwed over on that one. You still got people to talk to about that upstairs. Why you did it in the first place? And I'm not sure if either whoever's got the door duty up there at the gate is going to be wanting to get me up there just to. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it either. I may feel like I'm coming home, but I don't want to go just yet. I still got too much damn stuff here to do. It's not the junk to collect. It's not the physical junk that you see around. No, it's the things I still want to accomplish in life, and I hope maybe I would have if I could. I'd like to. But maybe some things I'm just not allowed to. And I have to accept that one. It's not exactly easy to accept it. But you're probably going to be asking me, how do you talk to a griever who's going through a lot of emotions? Sometimes there are no accurate words. I've tried, believe me, it doesn't work. I tried to use them on people left and right when I was coming in contact with them and trying to give them strong encouragement like everybody else would. But not talk to them or just sit back and listen to their pain. Because of no context, no perspective. Without the two, nothing. So, my context right now, my perspective on death is I've been up there and been back. But after losing a lot of people I care about, I understand more and more about a grieving heart and more how to be permanently entrenched in this damn thing than anything else. And that holidays that come up that are supposed to bring out the positive of the nature of the season. We're supposed to celebrate it. We're supposed to. And I'm discovering quite the opposite after time, that sometimes it's a memory trap and it hurts like hell. We're trapped in this memory of happy feelings with the shadows instead of dealing with the reality of it, which is pain and loss and grief, and they're not here anymore to deal with us. So stuff like this probably pisses off a lot of people who expect things from us, who asks things from us. They don't know how to handle it, even if they had been, or too damn young. They haven't built up perspective or context or time. They're still in a stage where they can actually shove it aside. Shove the pain aside, keep moving forward. That's what they understand. That's what I was taught a long time ago. I could feel the damn pain for a short time, but that's about it. I had to deal with life. I had to deal with school. I had to deal with doctors. I had to deal with home. I had to deal with work. I had to deal with college. I had to. I'm no longer working. Struggling in college, but I'm not failing. Struggle with the damn COVID, fine. And I lost people that I cared about a great deal, that I cared for more intensely over the last several years of their lives. And that does something for me and to me. Grew more closer and closer. And then they're gone. Shadows, dust, and memory, and that's about it. It was hard enough when I actually found a audio tape of my big brother. And he's talking. He's talking about things that happened in his life. It may have been a short thing, but still it's something to hold on to. Because I heard his voice again. I have nothing for my mother's voice. I wish I heard. I wish I had. She had a nice sultry voice. Very soft sometimes, and had a hell of a laugh. And my brother could talk up a storm like crazy. I thought I was the writer. He had a bit of a writer's bug in him, but he'd talk about his own personal life. And he'd talk about it and talk about it. He'd be a hell of a narrator for a lot of things. If he actually was given the opportunity and chance to do so, or pursue something like that. I wish I had the memory capacity to remember everything he said, or the recorders to capture him. Maybe somewhere I have a few glimpses and snippets. I've got pictures, audios maybe, and maybe a few videos if I was lucky enough. Times of when he was still alive and kicking. Pissed off sometimes, or just talking about things to people. And yeah, it hurts. Holiday season, we're encouraged to talk about our loved ones. We're supposed to be sharing about them and thinking they're going to be here to celebrate holidays with us. The hardest damn thing is when we keep realizing as grievers that I hear. We want them here physically, but we can't. So we mourn the loss, we mourn the absence. It's still part of us, still ripped aside. We're reminded of this. It gets harder when we come up with the birthdays or the anniversaries or their death. And those days are hard enough anyway, especially if they're in a holiday season that normally we're supposed to be celebrating with our families, and then they're no longer here. Or maybe they're in the middle of the year that just when we're trying to get past the pain stuff, the anniversary hits, and then we're like, yeah, because I'm feeling it still. I'm still feeling it right now. Even as I talk about it, I'm still feeling it. This is not the easiest damn thing to communicate this to people. Who says it was? This never was easy to talk to people about this shit. Even for the ones we think that would understand us the most. How many times have I been coming across social media with postings like that they can't communicate it with friends and family that may or may not have gone through the stuff? And if they can't, then how are they supposed to communicate it with it? Online, social media. It's the only place they can actually do this. God forbid that I should actually go out there in the public and talk about it to anybody else about it, because they wouldn't understand. They would hope that maybe the people closest to them would practically understand it. Personal experience, they don't. They don't want to. They know you're grieving with it. They don't want to deal with your pain. They don't want to deal with your shit. They don't want to deal with it. They don't even want to have time to deal with it. No, they want to keep going forward. He's still stuck where he's at. Let him be. Let him be. Let it be. Let it be. I mean, we can be sympathetic and pity the poor son of a bitch. That's about it. Pity parties. You don't think that we don't like it? You don't think that I don't like it? Cousins out there that don't even want to deal with me? Think I'm doing for the pity party all the damn time? Because I want their damn attention all the time? We lost our families too. But you're not. But you are not. Yeah, but you're not communicating to me about it. You lost your mother. You lost your father. You lost siblings. No shit. And having the time and perspective and context about it, having the stories necessary, having compassion and empathy, you would think that maybe somehow we would be able to try to relate this to each other. That we would be able to talk about this. But you don't want to deal with it. You're doing the same damn shit like everybody else does. Just close the damn shit off. Why am I interested in your pain? Because you help dealing with my pain. Unless, of course, you don't want me at all in your family. No. Let's just put this out here. You don't want me at all in your family. Because that means carrying the baggage. You don't want to deal with the baggage. You already got enough.